Good morning or good afternoon. Today we'll be watching a Quizzette video on Quizzette 709. Make sure you write your last name, comma, first name, today's date, and your class color. You can circle it. Monday number 1 says, write the ratio of 6 feet to 4 yards as a fraction in simplest form. So the mistake that is commonly made here is you just get the 6 and you get the 4 and you start making the ratios. But that is wrong because they're not in the same units. On Monday number 1, you see feet to yards, feet to yards. So either you convert the feet into yards or you convert yards into feet. I'm going to tell you right now, I prefer to convert the second unit into feet. So there are 3 feet in each yard. So here I have 4 yards. 4 yards times 3 equals 12 feet. So now I know I have 6 feet for every 12 feet. And the way I would write that ratio is like this. 6 to 12. It's also a fraction that can be reduced, and that's 1/2. So we can write 1/2. And then we can also write 1 to 2, and we can also write 1 to 2. So these are the 3 ways we would write the ratio. And this is called writing the ratio in simplest form or in reduced form. So when we grade this on Friday, I'm going to give you a check for having the fraction, the statement, and the colon, as you see in the last box. Number 2, write the ratio that is equivalent to 4/7 with greater terms. So 4/7, you have to reduce each of the fractions and see if they are equivalent to 4/7. So letter A, 7/10 can't be reduced, and 7/10 is not equal to 4/7. So that can't be it. We're looking for the ones that are equal. B, 21 over 12. That's an improper fraction that can be reduced to 1 9/12, which equals 1 and 3/12. 3/4. So this is not equivalent to 4/7. So that can't be it either. Make sure you're writing all this down. Letter C, 12 over 21, that can be reduced by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Hey, does that equal 4/7? Yes, it does. So C is the correct answer. And then D, the 7/4 is not equivalent to 4/7. Yes, it has the correct numbers, but they're not equivalent. Here we could also say these are reciprocals. Reciprocals are when the fractions get flipped. So if you have 5/7 and then they're asking you for the reciprocal, it would be 7/5. So those are reciprocals, but they're not equivalent. So that can't be it either. Something to be careful for is Tuesday number 2. I remember now, this Quizzette seems easy, which to some extent it is, but these keywords right here, like on Tuesday number 2, go ahead and circle it. It says which ratio is not equivalent to 10/25. And you can reduce 10/25 to, 10 divided by 5 is 2. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And remember, it's which ratios are not equal to 2/5. That's the reduced ratio or fraction. Back to Monday, number 3. It says a jug of juice has 6 cups of pineapple. So I'm going to go ahead and write that already. 6 cups of pineapple. And 5 cups of orange juice. 5 cups of orange juice. Write the ratio of number of pineapple juice to the total number of cups of juice. To the total number of cups of juice. So the total number of cups of juice is not 5 or 6. It's those two together, which is 11 cups total. And it asks you for pineapple juice first. So pineapple juice to the total number. So that would be 6 to 11. 6 to 11. and then 6 to 11. 3 different ways. That's how I'm writing my ratios. And these word problems can also get tricky because sometimes it'll ask you write the ratio of orange juice to pineapple. So you have to write orange juice first, then pineapple. Sometimes it'll ask you orange juice to the total number of cups. It could say total number of cups to orange juice. So you have to be very careful with how it's written because it can trick you. And I've seen it done. People lose 3 checks for this. So make sure you're very careful. Annotate your questions. And then again, just to reiterate so you don't get these wrong, make sure that you read the questions carefully on number 2 when they say not equivalent or when they say are equivalent or is equivalent. If you have any questions, raise your hand. Good luck on this week's Quizzette.